Hello everybody and welcome to your first Go tutorial. So what is Go? Well, Go is a programming language invented by our friends over at Google, and it is a very powerful language, and it's also a very intuitive language. I mean, it's not something that comes as naturally as, say, Python, but it also has one major advantage going for it, and that is that it is a compiled language that runs extremely fast. And unlike a lot of compiled languages, it also compiles very quickly. And so just open our favorite web browser, whatever it happens to be, and go to their website, which is golang.org. Now, the installation process can be more difficult on some operating systems than on others, I hear. But now, in my experience, when I installed it on this computer, it was no different from installing any other program. But when you install it on your computer, you may want to run a test program just to be sure that the installation was successful and you got the right version and everything. So I recommend choosing from one of these demonstration programs on their web page and just copying it into a text file. And now we can proceed to their download page. All this information here is useful. Like I said, I'm running, the platform I'm running is Mac OS 10 with an x86 processor. So, and with that I actually didn't have any trouble. But your experience may or may not be different depending on the system you're using. Once you pick the download that's appropriate for your operating system and go through the installation process, which I won't walk you through just because if you have a computer, you're probably familiar with the installation process for a program. And I also already have it installed. So once you've taken care of that, I'm going to open whatever text editor you're using. I personally enjoy this one. It's called Sublime Text 2, and it's awesome. I'm just going to paste our little test program in here, and I'm not going to go too much into what this code means. We're just using it to test the compiler. And save that as, I don't know, test.go. Alright, save it there, and now how to use the compiler. Simple. First you navigate to the directory that your source code is in. So cd desktop. Where am I? Oh, I'm already in Go. Okay. So that just means I can just show you the command. So we type go, and then there are actually two things we can do here. We can write run, or we can write build. And these do two different things. Run will run your program, but it won't save the build that it creates. And that's great, especially with a compiler that's as fast as this one, for debugging your code without eating up your hard drive space with code with builds from code that hasn't even been finalized yet. And so all you do is just type in the name of the file that you want to run, And there we go, we get the first 5 Fibonacci numbers, which is exactly what this program should be giving us. The other way you can run this, you can compile is you can actually build and it'll actually save somewhere. So go build test.go. And by default, this will actually save the build in the same directory as the source code. But if you want to save it somewhere else, there's an option for that. You just write -o. So go build and then -o tells it where the output is supposed to go. And then we're going to save it to, I'm going to save it anyway, to /users // There we go, and we see it appears on our desktop. We run it, same result. So that's all that I was planning on teaching you today. Next time, I promise we will do something far, far more interesting. We won't be going over the source code of what I just ran because that might be a little bit too advanced at this stage, but we will actually begin some real coding. So anyway, my name is Kyle. Comment, rate, subscribe, and see you next time.